Hey guys, welcome to another pick a card. My name is Johanna. Welcome to Tenacious Soul. This is going to be a pick a card for messages that you need to hear or what you need to hear right now. We have 3 piles, so timestamps will be down below. Pile number 1 is going to be this one here with the obsidian, or sorry, black tourmaline. I don't know why I always call this obsidian. Black tourmaline. So this is group number 1 here. Then group number 2, we have this amethyst crystal. And then group number 3, there's a little piece that fell off there. Group number 3, we have the Mookaite jasper crystal. So take a moment to pick the pile that you feel the most drawn to. Again, like I said, timestamps will be down below. If you feel you need to pause the video right now, feel free to do so. And I will see you guys in your reading. Hi, group number 1, welcome. If you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading. You chose the black tourmaline crystal. So yeah, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to kind of see what is coming up for you here. I've pre-pulled Oracle and Tarot, so we're not going to be live pulling anything today, but I pulled lots, so we'll kind of see what's coming up for you guys and messages that you kind of need to hear right now. So this could be a kind of a variety of messages. So your first card, we have number 29, which is Feast. Slow down and celebrate yourself. All right, I'm going to leave these 2 until the end. Then we have Cycles of Death and Rebirth, Death of the Old, Rebirth of the New. We have the Owl, Deception and Wisdom. We have Wizard of the Woods, Focus, number 50. We have Bear Spirit, Healing, number 4. We have Cosmic Heart, Devotion, Potency, Make Your Life a Moving Prayer. And this card is an archetype card, so it comes up, you can either be the shadow or the light version, depending on which way it's facing. So you have the upside down, so Queen upside down, which is the shadow attribute. So becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling, and demanding. Okay. So kind of what I'm getting for you guys are definitely going through a transformation here with the Cycles of Death and Rebirth. It's making me think of the Death card in Tarot. There is a need for you to kind of focus on, maybe you're feeling like you're focusing on a lot of things right now. I do feel like you're becoming more wise. I think you're starting to see deception in people around you or situations, like you're able to read situations better. But I do feel like there is this need with the healing and the slowing down and celebrating yourself. Like there's a need for you to kind of just like maybe take a break or allow yourself time to heal, right? And this could be, you know, giving back time and space to yourself with this this feast energy. It makes me think of just something to, like, you know, kind of spoil yourself and look after yourself. I see that there is a lot of abundance around you, but there is kind of this transformative energy. There could be things ending in your life, or you feel like you're going through cycles right now that I feel like you're, again, becoming more wise from with the Owl, and there is a sense of healing and protection. But there is this need to focus on kind of what it is that you're going through. So there's kind of this energy of focusing on the task at hand. There is an element of like healing your heart, healing yourself. Some of you, you may find yourself in this, like trying to maybe control your situation or control things around you instead of just kind of like allowing flow to happen. So this could be where it's like needing to slow down and not try to control everything and really create an outcome for yourself. Don't not creating self-deception in that way where it's like you can't stop these cycles from changing and happening. And I feel like there's a need for you to harness more of the light attribute, which says radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. So feminine energy is flow, right? And so there's a need for you to be in more flow, and we do that by slowing down. So whether you're masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. It's like needing to kind of harness, we all have masculine and feminine energies within us, and so there's a need for you to kind of harness the feminine energy of slowing down, resting, relaxing, to allow yourself to heal as you go through these cycles and these changes in your situation. I'm going to pull these 2 cards at the end. They're going to kind of be advice cards is what I decided when I was pulling these, but let's see what tarot cards you have. So your first card was the 7 of Cups. Then we have the Lady, which is the Empress energy. We have the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. And we have the Ace of Swords. So clarity is coming here for you, especially if you're feeling, confused or overwhelmed with the 7 of Cups. It's like there's no more illusion. I do feel like things are going to start to take off for you. Things are going to start to grow and expand. I see you being very abundant already. Like you have a lot of good things in your life, but I feel like maybe you're going through a bit of a challenging time as you go through ending one period of your life and stepping into something new. There is this, and even with the Lady, like she's pregnant because she's the Empress, right? And so it's like you're birthing a new version of yourself, a new phase in your life, maybe a new relationship or a new career, something like that. You're creating something new here for yourself, even if it's not super obvious. It could just be like a phase that a new phase that you're stepping into. We go through cycles and phases all the time, and depending on kind of where we're at, these cycles and phases happen at different points. Like we're going through a different love cycle than we are a different career cycle and a different spiritual cycle. You know what I mean? Like there's always different cycles ending and beginning all the time. But I do feel like there's a sense of clarity with this Ace of Swords that's coming through for you guys, as this is kind of like your outcome position here. It's interesting because the 7 of Cups is kind of your situation. So some of you could be feeling really confused, overwhelmed, again, needing to take a break. There's kind of this like, almost like a little bit of sadness or kind of, it's like going over things from the past. I'm noticing the 6 cups that are in the water. So whether you're healing something or walking away from something or reflecting on something from the past, it's like you're not noticing this 1 cup that's off beside you. And I feel like this is this new thing that you're trying to birth here, but you're maybe so focused on everything around you that you almost like can't see through the illusion. With the Empress here in your challenge, this is telling me that there's, again, it's that feminine energy of like slowing down, nurturing yourself, looking after yourself, celebrating yourself for all that you've done up to this point. I feel like you're right at the brink of starting something new. Group number 1. Like she's very pregnant in this one. So she actually looks like she would have a hard time getting up out of the chair if you asked her to do so. So I kind of feel like you have so much available to you. You're super abundant right now and you have so many good things happening for you. But you're kind of like at the brink of this new phase. You're starting to come to the end of a cycle here. And you're being called to kind of take action and to move forward and to follow the inspiration and the passion, because I feel like the more you kind of move forward, don't let yourself get stuck in this shadow energy of feeling, trying to control everything and kind of being in that almost like the masculine, like the negative masculine or the shadow of the masculine, even of just like trying to control everything. Allow things to flow naturally. And as much as the Knight of Wands is a like fire energy is masculine energy, but it's almost like the Knight of Wands really kind of follows his own passion, his own spark, his own inspiration. He feels inspired to move towards something, and so he just goes. He doesn't really think, he just goes. And so he goes fast, and it might not necessarily work out, but he takes that risk, right? And I feel for a lot of you, this is like a little bit of being in flow here, where just going for things and seeing how they turn out rather than trying to control the outcome before you even get started. So there's something here that definitely you're being called to kind of step into. I feel like maybe needing to focus here, but I almost feel like maybe there's a not being able to focus because you're needing to slow down. Okay, and then again, your outcome here is the Ace of Swords. So there's an outcome here of having clarity around your situation. It's like you go from this Seven of Cups to the Ace of Swords, having that clarity for yourself and how to move forward, and again, starting something new. This is a new cycle. So there is this clear victory coming in for you, the success. And it's like you're coming out of the water. See how his arm here, sorry for the glare, his arm is coming out of the water here, and it's almost like the water that you were staring into. It's like you're able to come out of this energy. So I see whatever you're going through right now, group number 1. It's like things might feel a little muddled. They're going through a healing phase. You're going through an ending, a new beginning, and kind of like birthing something new here. I feel like you just have to be compassionate, be kind to yourself, celebrate your wins up to this point, because you are very abundant with this Empress energy, as much as maybe you don't see that all the time. For some of you, like sitting down and writing out all that you've accomplished up until this point, maybe the last 5 years, last 10 years, is going to help you see how abundant you really are and kind of take things and put things back into perspective here. So I feel like you've got a lot of strong feminine energy here. You just have to sit in it and harness it, and just allow yourself to be in flow, not try to control everything, and just kind of like let things happen as they should, and kind of be in this energy of flow. And because I feel like you're learning a lot, and there's a lot of changes that are happening around you, but you just have to let those changes happen instead of trying to control them, is probably the biggest message. So let's see what your advice cards are. We have Antelope, new pathways. Consider whether you are happy on your current path. So again, there's something new opening up here for you. Cycles of death and rebirth, and then new pathways. And so I think for some of you, maybe it's almost like if you're trying to resist the ending of something, it's like, does it really provide you happiness? Is there more that you can have, more abundance that you can have, bigger dreams, bigger goals that you can have? It's like, don't stop now. Don't stop here when there's so much more that you can bring into your life. Yeah, there's something new opening up here for you. And I think it's really maybe seeing, like, are you really happy up until this point, or have you been happy, or is there more excitement, more, blessings, more abundance that you can have here? And this is I'm going to have all the card decks down below in the description box, but this is the Beyond Lemuria deck. It's the pocket size. So it says loving compassion, which I did say, having compassion for yourself. It says bring more love into a situation, whether it's towards yourself or it's someone connected to the question. There may be a need for forgiveness or seeing things from a fresh, more expansive perspective. And that's that Empress energy expansion, right? Remember, you are loved and have unlimited access to the gentle yet transformational force of loving compassion and when you need it. To bring yourself back into your heart, think about those you love and moments with them where you have felt joy. Expand this feeling out to more and more people, creatures and places, until the whole planet is infused with this beautiful, warm, and loving feeling. And that's that feminine energy as well, that loving and compassionate energy. And then once you have given that to yourself and you've replenished your own energy, right, you've slowed down and celebrated yourself, you can start to give that to other people and situations in your life. But if you're depleted, I feel like there is a need for you to take a break, definitely. But if you're depleted, it's hard to give to other people. So I do feel like there is definitely big changes coming in here for you, group number 1. Definitely need to kind of like slow down, take your time, maybe take some time to rest, because new things are coming in here. New pathways are about to open up for you. And you just have to be ready for them. And so that's where that healing and that celebrating yourself and replenishing your energy is going to be really beneficial for you. And trying to not control things and being more in flow is going to be really good for you. So that is what I have for you, group number 1. Hopefully that resonates. If not, you can check out one of the other piles or just a different reading. I've done a few of these on my channel. So Yeah, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Hi, group number 2, welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this amethyst crystal, which I laid flat. It actually stands up straight. But this is going to be a reading for what you need to hear right now. So this could be related to anything. It is general, so keep that in mind. Sometimes specifics come out, but sometimes it's more of a general guidance type message. So we're going to see what is coming up for you. I pre-pulled all of the cards, even the tarot, so I'm not going to be live pulling anything, but I did pull a lot. As you can probably see, the chunk of cards is quite big. But yeah, let's kind of see where we go for you, group number 2. So your first card is number 7. We have Sword, Make the Change. I'm going to save these 2 for the end. Those are going to be kind of more advice cards. We have Starseeds. We are all children of the cosmos. Some of you are really into astrology is what I got from that. We have Partnership. We have Letting Go. We have Playfulness, number 15, which is Elves. I'm going to move these over a little bit more here. We have Star Bathing, Light Body, Crystal Grid, Transmission, and Activation. And we have, sorry, there's something kind of sliding on this card. We have Jump In, Andromedan Energy, Adventure, Say Yes to Change. And this is an archetype card. If it's in reverse, it is the shadow aspect. So yours is in reverse. We have the hedonist. And so the shadow aspect says, pursue pleasure in the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. So, interesting energy. We're going to pull the tarot after we kind of go through this. So group number 2, I do feel as though there's something you've got to change. Some of you have to let go of something. This could be some sort of a partnership. The partnership it could be love, it could be a friendship, it could be a job. I feel like whatever it is, you probably already have an idea of, it's like you've already been considering it. The way she's looking in the mirror, like she's going to cut her hair. It's like you've already been considering like, oh, do I do it? Do I not do it? So this is something that you've probably already considered letting go. And I feel as though there's a need for change because there's a need for you to have more fun and just enjoyment in your situation. I feel like there's a sense of bitterness is kind of what I'm getting off of this hedonist card. It's like there's almost like an element of self-sabotage or even just bitterness towards other people is kind of what I'm getting the most of. It's like you're not celebrating the good things. This playful energy is not really here right now. And so this situation that you're in could be a little bit more of, it's just like bad juju, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like if there's not good energy where you're currently at, which is I feel why you're needing to kind of like let go of this so that you can step into something new. And I do feel like, again, we have this jump in energy. So there's something about change. We have make the change, say yes to change. There's something that you've been considering removing yourself from because I feel like you know it's no good for you, and it almost like it brings out the bad side of you is what I want to say. Maybe it's the people around you or this person. It's like it always ends up bringing up a side of yourself that you're not proud of, is what I'm getting the most. It's like, and I feel for a lot of you, there's some sort of like upgrade with starseeds and then star bathing. I kind of feel like maybe there's something astrologically in your chart going on that could be significant, or maybe it's just what's happening in the world right now from a collective perspective is significant. There is a lot of change happening, and a lot of big major planets are changing depending on kind of when you're watching this. But there's something being activated in your spiritual body, in your light body, your energetic body. And so I feel like it has to do, it's somehow a planetary thing. Like there's some sort of energy around you that is, kind of maybe kickstarting this of like, I need to change something. Okay. Maybe has you thinking a lot about change. Some of you, like I said, you could just be into astrology and into, spirituality and that sort of thing of how, trying to figure out how things work and really wanting to make a change for yourself. Some of you are considering stepping into more of a spiritual career or business or whatever, and maybe letting something that's very like, I want to say 3D, like letting that go, something that's very like mundane and it doesn't bring a whole lot of joy and excitement. It's like you want to bring more play into your life. You want to enjoy what you're doing. You want to enjoy the partnerships that you're a part of, right? So even if this is not a change in your career or anything, this is like making a change in the people you hang around. Maybe you hang around with a lot of these people that don't make you feel good, or, if you feel are bitter, or maybe just always kind of like negative Nancy's and are always like doing things in spite of other people, so you could be around a lot of those types of people. And what you're really wanting to do is create better connections and have more fun. So there's a strong element of you guys letting something go, some sort of partnership. Maybe some of you are looking at partnering with other people, okay, as well. Like this might not just be a solo thing. You might just be considering partnering with other people around you. Yeah, so let's kind of see what the tarot has. We have the 8 of Swords in your current energy. We have the 10 of Swords in your challenge. Your advice is the Rebirth, which is Judgment. And your outcome, should you take the advice, is the 6 of Cups. So yeah, you guys are having a hard time ending this cycle that you've been in, but it's keeping you really stuck. It's really hindering you, is almost what I feel. And it's hindering you from a perspective, like a mental outlook on life, or just like a perspective of kind of just the way you see the world. There's no expansion where you're at. There's a lot of restriction. And I think you're feeling this more and more, like this change might be getting harder and harder to avoid. And with this 10 of Swords in your advice, it's like you're definitely needing to kind of like let this go and release this. Cut yourself loose. Make the change. Use this, step into the Ace of Swords after the 10 of Swords. Cut yourself loose from this pattern you've been in and step into something new. Okay? But your challenge right now is like you may feel really defeated as well. Like you may feel just like totally run down from this, or maybe again there's like that bitterness, or maybe feeling like it's challenging for you to let it go. Okay, so there's something that's preventing you from moving forward, but it's also the same reason as to why you should move forward, which is an interesting, space to be in. The Judgment here in your advice is asking you to make a decision. You can completely change your outcome. You can be reborn. You can completely change your outcome if you choose to. But you have to listen to the signs and the intuition that's coming towards you about letting something go. I feel like you gotta put something to rest in order for yourself to be reborn. Because there's a lot of abundance waiting for you. But there is this like fearful aspect of yourself, or limiting belief that maybe things won't work out, right? And so it's ignoring all of the things, all the noise around you, and following the call, following the intuition. Some of you, this is like a bit of a wake-up call. It's like it's asking you to kind of wake up from this, right? Wake up from this 10 of Swords, step into this new energy. Okay, so there's definitely something here that you're being pushed or called into a specific direction, or it's like this thing just keeps nudging you to be like, oh, I should leave this alone. I should move away from these people. I should leave this job. I should leave this relationship. It's no good for me. It keeps me stuck. I feel stuck, right? You definitely feel stuck. If you don't feel stuck, this probably might not be your reading, where it's like, that there's change that you need to make. Because that there's more to life. Like, that you should be enjoying life more. You should be enjoying things more. You should be enjoying your relationships. You should be enjoying hanging out with people. And I feel like if you follow this call, if you listen to this call of the Judgment, of where it's calling you to step into this new phase, this rebirth, there's going to be a lot of happiness. We have the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups and this playfulness are very similar energies, right? It's childlike. some of you, this is like healing inner child stuff where it's like you're actually going to have more fun. You're going to bring more play and more excitement in your life. You're going to enjoy life like you are a child. Okay, so there's something better waiting for you. It's just like the universe is waiting for you to say yes to this change, to jump into this change. They're waiting for you to, you know, go all in, and being drawn to this person diving into this eye. You know, it's like they're waiting for you to see this and jump into it and be open to it. And again, it's like a fresh new perspective. Like you're going to gain a new perspective on life. It's like you're only seeing life by your current situation that you're in, and it's restricting, it's hindering the lens that you see life through. So when you can step into this and move into this new phase, that's when there's going to be a lot more happiness and joy, and you're going to see the beauty in life. See, like this person is sitting here watching their children play. You're going to see the good. You're going to see the innocent, the, you know, the new, the fresh energy that children have. You're going to see the joy that there is in life, but you just have to allow yourself to step into that. You're being called into that. So very interesting message, pretty deep. Let's see what your advice is. We have Frog, stepping into your power. Don't take a back seat to your story. It's time to step up. Definitely goes along with everything we were just saying. There's something better out here for you, group number 2. You just have to be willing to move into it. And then this is your Beyond Lemuria card. So this is the, all the decks will be down below, but this is the pocket edition. So we have Internal Explorer. So I noticed this girl, she's like holding this little ball of light. I feel like this is like you stepping into something new. So it says, when we stop looking outside ourselves and surrender to a soft inner focus, we have access to unlimited information and resources. When we stop thinking with the glass ceiling of our intellect, we have access to multidimensional wisdom from the collective consciousness. Everything is there within you, waiting for expression. You are invited to explore the state of flow. You are an infinitely amazing being who can access collective consciousness, especially when you surrender some control to the greater process or get out of your own way. You have the permission you felt you needed. Go within and explore. Wonderful gifts are waiting for you. Yeah, it's like exploring this childlike wonder, like being curious, being curious about yourself and your path. I also feel the need to say that if you are waiting for some sort of like a sign or some sort of like, I don't know, like waiting for the universe to like tell you exactly what to do, that's never going to happen. You have to listen to yourself. You have to listen to your intuition. Only you know what's best for you. And that's where this going internal aspect is calling you to go within yourself, because that's where you're going to find your answers. That's where you're going to figure out whether you need to let something go or whether you should walk away. I feel like you've already been probably telling yourself this, or it keeps coming up for you because it continually is trying to say like, hey, time to make a change, right? Time to step into something new, because there's good things waiting for you, but you just have to be willing to explore them. You have to be willing to jump in and make the change. So that is what I have for you, group number 2. Hopefully that resonates for you guys. Let me know down below. If not, you can check out any of the other piles or any of the other readings that I did for this type of stuff. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. Hi, group number 3, welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this Jasper Mookite, or Mookite Jasper, I should say. This is going to be your reading for what you need to hear right now. This is a timeless reading. I've pre-pulled all the oracles and the tarot, so I'm not going to be live pulling anything today. But we have lots of cards for you, so lots of messages. And yeah, we're going to kind of see where we go. This could kind of be a general message. I had said that to one of the other piles, that it's not always like super specific. It is general, but it's also a little bit of guidance sometimes is more so what it comes through as. So kind of take it as it resonates, okay? So your first card, number 3, group number 3, is number 20. It says, Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. And the little sign says, I am always enough. I'm going to save these 2 cards for your advice at the end. All right, so we also have Ancient Aliens. ETs have always been a part of our history. I don't know why this card always seems so weird to me. It's just like a random, something random, I don't know. We'll see how it goes in. We have the Fire Fairy, creative action and optimism. All right, we have Success, Secret Spring, number 7. We have Wood Nymph, Beauty. We have You Are Not Alone, Isolation, Physical Connection, and Community. And we have our last card here for the oracles is it's a archetype card. So when it's in reverse, it is the shadow aspect, which is what you have. So we have the Fool, and its shadow attribute is using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. All right, so group number 3. I feel like there's a need to shift your perspective here. There's a need to see things from a different lens, see yourself possibly from a different lens. With this lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. We have beauty here, like needing to see the beauty, needing to see the success, okay? Like needing to see really good things about your situation and your life. We have 2 7s, 34 and 52 out of the same deck, both break down to a 7, okay? So you're being guided to kind of see things differently. And I feel needing to harness kind of this inner fire fairy of, you know, taking action on things, not doubting yourself, but also because some of you may have something that you need to step into, especially with the Fool here. Okay, so needing to step into certain energies, but resisting it, maybe because you don't feel very optimistic or you don't have that spark, that passion, or that belief in yourself for some of you. And so I feel as though some of you too, it's like maybe you're feeling alone, or you're feeling like an outcast, or you feel like you don't belong in some way. This card's reminding you that there's people around you to support you. We're always connected to each other. These 2 girls have these little like energy things connecting their hands. And so there's a need for you to remember that there's always people around you to support you. And there's always going to be people that you can connect with that are like-minded. Even if you may feel like, I almost feel like with this ETs have always been a part of our history, and Ancient Aliens, it's like humans have always kind of like been together. And I know that's talking about aliens, but it's like there's connection that goes deeper and back farther than we even know. And so there is a feeling of like belonging that I feel like you're kind of struggling with, but also, needing to kind of switch your mindset so that you can, kind of not deny yourself of emotional situations. Some of you just like are almost like in denial about the fact that you're in this state of like not believing in yourself, not seeing your own success, not seeing your worth, not seeing the good things in your situation. Okay. I feel too, there's something that you're needing to step into, but it's almost like you're denying yourself of that. And it's because you feel like, well, what if I don't belong? What if I look like a fool? Is kind of what I'm getting. Like, what if I look like a fool? What if people think I'm weird? What if I'm not accepted? And so that all starts with yourself, right? You believing in yourself enough to not care what other people think about you, and realizing that there's always going to be people out there who support you for who you are. You just have to find those people. Some of you, this is like people, like these are soul connections that you're trying to find. Like these are people that you've spent hundreds and thousands of past lives with, you know what I mean? Where it's like you have such a deep connection, and some of you have very few connections, but they are deeper. You're not somebody who has a lot of like acquaintances and you just like socialize with everyone. You could be a little bit more picky on like your people and your environment, which I totally understand because I am that way. But yeah, there's needing to see the good in your life, and I feel like you're maybe missing that because Some of you have something that you can definitely that you're wanting to take action on that can be very successful and bring a lot of abundance for you, but you're not taking that risk, and you're denying yourself. There's some sort of like an emotional wound that maybe you have to deal with here. So let's see what your tarot has to say. Your current situation, we have the Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. Your block is the Ten of Cups, or your challenge, block or challenge. Your advice is the Queen of Swords. And your outcome, should you take the advice, is the High Priestess. I like this. A lot of strong energy here. You're kind of in this page energy. Your advice is to kind of evolve and grow and expand. But I almost feel like your advice is to trust yourself with this Queen of Swords. But your current energy is the Page of Swords. So it's like you're trying to figure out, well, Page or Princess, either or. You're trying to figure out your truth, or the truth, seeing the truth, kind of almost needing to see through a little bit of an illusion here. Again, I'm getting with this air energy, it's like the things that you tell yourself are important here, so that you're not lying to yourself, you're not, deceiving yourself of the truth. There may require some sort of like investigation into what it is that you are searching for or looking for. It's like you might have to do a little bit more research around something, and this is, I feel, almost like a little bit of like diving in more to yourself, exploring and exploring maybe your mind, but also exploring just you and maybe why you do certain things. There's like an inquisitive energy that maybe you're kind of starting to work on these certain parts of yourself that you realize are kind of holding you back from going after what it is you really want and having the success and the abundance that you really want. Your challenge here is the Ten of Cups. So I feel like your challenge is that happiness, to put it very plainly and simply. And it's not that you're unhappy. I just feel like there's not this over abundance. Like Ten of Cups is like everything you could ever dream of, right? All of the happiness in the world that you could ever want for yourself, anything that you consider to be happiness, all that kind of stuff, right? It's like your family, your friends, it's everything. And so I feel it's like the ultimate wish fulfillment is the Ten of Cups, because it's you and other people around you. It's not just yourself, like the Nine of Cups. And so some of you, again, it's like being included. Like the challenge is to feel included, to feel like you're supported emotionally with the people around you, or that there is emotional abundance of the people around you, right? Because this denial of emotional truth with the Fool in reverse, it's like you're denying yourself, or you feel like you feel like there's a lack of emotional satisfaction here. And we do have a colder energy here with the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords, right? So there's a lot of air energy. I feel like that could be a little bit of this Queen of Swords, and the advice is to like open yourself up, not be so cold and so rigid, because she can be cold, but she can also be very soft. And so I think it's almost like knowing when and where to be the Queen of Swords, and her harshness or her softness. She has both, right? Queen energy is water energy mixed with whatever element they are. So she's both water and air. She has both the intuitive side, but also the intellectual side that she kind of combines in order to make really good decisions that she needs to make for herself. So there's a need for you to kind of harness this confidence that you always know that you're making the right decisions, and people who can't accept this about you don't deserve to be in your life either. Okay? Again, this is where I kind of feel like with the people around you, you're choosy, right? You're picky, about who's in your life and who's in your energy, but I feel like it's for good reason. Okay? And even with the High Priestess, this is like kind of a solo type energy. So I feel like the more you can kind of stand up for yourself, the more you can harness your strength and your power. There's a lot about stepping into your power here, Queen of Swords and High Priestess, and I feel like you're headed in that direction. The more you can kind of be in this investigative Page of Swords type energy. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to have a level of confidence. The Queen of Swords is very confident. And I feel like the more confident you are in yourself, the more you're going to attract this 10 of Cups into your life, okay? And with the High Priestess being your outcome, I feel like intuitively you're definitely, things are going to improve. You're going to be in this very powerful manifestation state, very open to receptivity. And you may find like things just kind of start happening for you in a good way, like success and beauty and good things just start happening for you. But you have to be willing to open yourself up, and that's a little bit of that Fool energy too. The Fool in the light attribute, or the upright, is fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. The High Priestess is open, and the Queen of Swords is knowing when to be open and when to close it off or when to cut people off. And so there's this discernment about the Queen of Swords, right? And the High Priestess is the same way. She knows when to pull her energy back and not say anything at all, because there's a mystery around the High Priestess, right? So I feel like there's like a need for you to have a little bit more confidence here, group number 3. See the beauty and the success that you have. Be optimistic about your future. Don't be afraid to step into new phases, and don't be afraid of like, you know, if people don't get where you're at and people aren't on your page, like that's fine. You can keep moving forward. You don't necessarily need other people, but you'll also find the right people along the way. Okay, so it's important to not fully close yourself off either, but also be very discerning in your situation. So there's good energy here. I just feel like you're kind of in this beginner phase of it. So some of you are starting out your journey here as you move through this energy. So I do see you, again, evolving as the High Priestess. Once you kind of get to this Queen of Swords energy, it's going to be a very quick transition into that High Priestess energy. So your advice cards, we have Honeybee, Divine Feminine. You're being called on to rise. This is definitely that feminine energy here, like I was saying, with the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. So you're being called on to rise to your power, step into your power. Definitely here. Group number 3. Male or female, does not matter. And then your Lemuria, Beyond Lemuria Oracle. All the Oracle and Tarot decks I used today will be down below. So yours says stepping through. Step in and step up all those dreams or projects you have been resisting. Now is the time to start, even if it's just one small element of the bigger picture. No more excuses or tomorrows. Whatever you've been putting off, the universe is now pushing you to make it happen. You may feel a little outside your comfort zone, but this is where the magic is. You may need to plot a course, invent a way through, or take a leap. There's that Fool energy. Break it down, allow the puzzle to come together piece by piece through the courageous act of making a start. And that's that fire energy too, like taking action. And some of you, again, it's like putting yourself out there, stepping into something new, like, but it's like needing to have the confidence first. I feel like this is more about like gaining the confidence and the belief in yourself and just like going for it and not worrying about what other people think about you. Because you'll be surprised what happens when you're able to step into this energy and really confidently believe in yourself. I feel like good things are going to come in, a lot of success and beauty and divine energy. So that is what I have for you, group 3. Hopefully that resonates. If not, you can check out one of the other piles, or you can check out one of the other readings. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.